So we've got 1. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, let's move all these guys. Oh my gosh. 1. Hi everyone, it's Melissa, your plantita abogada here at Tasteful Nodes, coming to you today with possibly my very first unboxing episode of plants purchased this year. Technically untrue, because it would be those guys that were purchased this year. But since I didn't do an unboxing video, it would be this, right? Before we jump into today's episode, let's go ahead and run through our 3 disclaimers really quickly. 1, KKB tayo, kanya-kanyang bayad. For Western friends, it means we each pay our own way. I have Hoyas today, and if you are a Hoya fan, you're not going to want to spend your rent money. Just, put these on your wish list if they're out of range. Otherwise, feel free to spend what's not your rent money, okay? And number 2, I'm a lawyer by training. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a botanist. So any factual information that I do provide you, I'll be sure to put a source at the bottom of the screen so that you can follow up on your own time. And number 3, since I'm not an expert, I want you to find people in your community who are experts when it comes to Hoyas. So these are the people you can ask regarding where you can find certain Hoyas, how much these go by, I guess how to care for them in your area. Great resources along with the possibility of becoming great plant friends. Win-win. I see one of my cats outside. Don't worry, he's in the catio, but still. Distracting. Anyway, today's episode are Hoyas that I purchased from Edsel Kayabyab. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's got some great Hoya offerings and I'm really, really excited to show you what I've got in the box. Let me just open this box up just so that we could save time, okay? These were actually bought stress shopping this year, and I know I really wanted to make it a point to be more mindful about my spending this year, but oh my goodness. So my parents flew into town. I mean, I make it sound like they were in another town. No, they were in another country. They were in the US. They were in Guam, and they flew into the Philippines with just 5 days notice. And then right on the day that I got notice, our eldest child got sick. He came home from school. A teacher contacted us and said, I don't want him to have a meltdown. So I just let him put his head down. And he says he's not feeling well. And for this child to say anything like that, something's up. As soon as he came home, he had a fever. He didn't have a fever in school, but he had a fever when he got home. And the fever turned into more fevers and yay, pneumonia. And then, gosh, it was just a lot. After him, the other kid came down with something viral. And naturally, I thought it was going to be pneumonia too. It wasn't. He stopped at, this viral bug. But man, this is the outcome of that. All the stress of that. So, yeah. I think I could be kind with myself and forgiving despite how many packages are in here. Let me save this box for throwing away the packing material. So we've got 1. Okay, I'll be right back. I think this is just packing material, thankfully. Oh, my heart just dropped. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Goodness. Packing material again. 5. Could have sworn I just ordered 5. I don't know what's going on here. So we got 5 here. 6, 7. 8. I don't know what's going on here. I could have sworn I just ordered 5. I'll have to look at my invoice and check it out, and I'll get right back to you. Okay, mystery solved. I ordered 6. So it still didn't explain the 2, right? I bought the 2 last year and I never had them delivered. So yay! Yay 2 bonus surprises. Hey, thank you so much, Edsel, for taking care of the plants that I forgot with you. But I really appreciate it. Okay, so we're gonna unbox all of these. I can't remember details for the other 2 plants that I bought, but we're going through this together, okay? And let's start with the big guy, I think, because he's least stable. So, big giant boy over here. Let's go see who this is. I love unwrapping plants because it feels like Christmas. It sounds like Christmas. The ripping of paper. And I guess that's oh, hey, we've got peduncles. That's the nice thing about buying plants is that you've got Christmas year round, as long as they're wrapped in paper, right? We've got peduncles, guys. Okay. Who are you? Oh, this is pretty awesome. Okay, there we go. Oh, yay. Hey. Hi there. Wow. We've got some really nice sun-stressed leaves. I don't know if you can see that. Gorgeous. Really, really nice. Really attractive. And it is really well packed, as expected from Edsel. I mean, I adore the guy. He's such a nice guy. A good seller. Not someone that you expect to get any drama from. Seriously. So if you like Hoyas and drama-free plants, dramatic, but not drama plants, okay? So we like our plants eye-catching, and we like them dramatic, but we don't want them to be full of drama. Difficult. Then Edsel's your guy. What is this? Okay, so we've got a label up here. This is Hoya campora dark pink. Ah, this is really nice. He showed pictures of the plants online and what the flowers are supposed to look like. I don't know if we have actual flowers here, but we're gonna check in just a little bit. I see a peduncle that's growing right here. And we've got some peduncles right here. So we've got 3 of them. Wish me luck, you guys. I would hate to break any buds off. But you know, if it happens, so be it. It's I'll just have to wait until the next blooming season. Oh no. Are you okay? Oh yeah, it looks like a peduncle. Doesn't look like I lost something. Oh man, you guys. So that's okay. We lost some buds, some flower buds that don't look like they fully opened. That's okay. Got one more down here. Maybe we'll get lucky. It came off again. I'm sorry, Edsel, you did a really good job wrapping. But yeah, these guys, they dried up again. So don't worry about it. You know, the peduncles are there. The flowers, you know, if you know anything about Hoyas, the flowers will start growing from there again. I ain't worried. I'm not worried at all. I'm really thrilled that we've got peduncles and we've got a 4th one growing over there. So yay, yay for peduncles. And that's a funny word, peduncles. I don't know what or how to describe it, except for the fact that that's where the flowers of Hoyas always seem to grow out of. It didn't fall off. It didn't fall off. It didn't fall off, guys. I'm whispering because if I speak louder, it might just. So they're still there. They're still there. And let me see if I could get a zoom in for you. Right here. I'll get a close-up for you. So this is Hoya campora dark pink. What attracted me to this plant was the fact that he had peduncles available. I don't mind that we lost the flower buds that they dropped. I have one here. I have one possibly developing over here. And then I've got these gorgeous leaves that double as a decorative aspect of the plant just because of that beautiful sun stress and the contrast between the veins and the base color. So yay, welcome home, darling. Okay, let's go through our next Hoya, shall we? So for this Hoya, oh, okay. this one I bought just recently. This is one of the Stress Shop Hoyas. And this is, I'm guessing, an Indonesian Hoya. A Hoya SP takengon. I'm guessing if it's said like we do here in the Philippines. Or maybe that's a hard G. Takengon. Very nice Hoya. Let me open up the tissue to show you what's going on here. I remember correctly, these are the big leaves that have the splash variegation on it. I know, I'm at the point where I'm like, go big or go home. Everything has to be big. I do have some small plants, but I use them mostly for like ground cover nowadays. Just because I want my plants to be in your face and obvious. Kind of like me, I suppose. In your face and obvious. I thought that only my dogs are supposed to reflect my personality, but I guess my plants can too. Okay, now with this beauty, we've got some splash variegation, but look at how big these leaves are. And I have a feeling they're just gonna keep getting bigger. So I'm really excited to have this in my collection. I'm really excited for that variegation to come out because looking at the other types of these plants online, I understand that there are a whole bunch of Hoyas that can be called takengon, but I'm referring to the plant that specifically looks like this, with the dark black veins in the back. I guess they're obviously raised veins in the front, and that splash. Hi there. Hoya number 3 is Hoya SP lampung. So, like the takengon earlier, this Hoya is found in a place where many Hoya SPs are found. And that could be problematic, except for the fact that they don't all look the same. But I'll keep an eye out for a newer name for it as it comes along. But for now, it's still called SP lampung. And let me show you the leaves really quickly. Check these out, guys. Look at those beautiful leaves, right? They're wide. They're kind of like a chubbier version of the polyneura leaf. You've got that beautiful, I guess, mermaid tail looking thing going on, and then these beautiful embossed veins. Fantastic. All it needs, actually, I should probably research this, but can you imagine this with sun stress? Deep, heavy breathing commences. Really, really nice. So when I tried to do research about these two, like I said, lots of plants come from those general areas. Not a lot of information there. So if you do know any information about these plants, feel free to share them in the comment section below because I would love to learn more. And the more you know, right? The better plant parent you can be. Who is this? It's a surprise. Ooh, and it's dark. Love it already. Let's go have a look. Okay, yeah, this is that plant that is fascinating because it goes by one name and then it goes by possibly another. So this plant is Hoya nelinae, and that could be problematic because supposedly to the people in the know, the flowers of this plant look exactly like the flowers of Hoya Noel, which has quite a following already on its own. So I'm going to keep the name as nelinae because that's what it was sold to me as. But I'll also make a note that it's possibly a Noel. I'm so excited to show you guys this plant. Look at how massive this one leaf is. Right? Can you imagine how much bigger this thing is going to get given the right conditions? I'm so excited. It's got these beautiful, thick leaves, like a really hard cardstock paper. The veins in the back are unremarkable, nothing really to write home about, but it's got this beautiful embossing on the leaves too. It just feels nice and it's pretty, nice to look at. Really excited for this one too. Anyway, here's that sun stress beauty. that is called Hoya nelinae, and it's quite possibly Hoya Noel based on the flowers of people who also own it. 2, 4, this is number 5. Man, I have no regrets. Am I ashamed to have broken my goals for this year of spending a little bit more mindfully? Of course, but I don't regret these plants. They look like they're gorgeous specimens, and I, like I said, have no regrets. Who are you? Ah, yes, okay. This was purchased the night of stress shopping. The night we stress shopped. But she is worth it. He packs so well. We've got paper towel protecting the leaves from the wires of the wire hanger part, right? And then we've got cotton keeping the media in place. Just such a good job. I really appreciate it because sometimes my plants don't come the way that I want them to. And they turn into a rehab job instead of me actually being able to enjoy them immediately. Oh, hello, Stunner. You are so pretty. Mommy loves you already. Mommy loves all of you, though. We're not choosing favorites here. Not today. Okay, let me show you guys what this is. This is a Hoya larissa. And look at that. The Hoya larissa is a hybrid, and it's a hybrid of the Hoya finlaysonii and the Hoya meredithii. The leaves have these beautiful sun-stressed markings to them, which adds another dimension of color. We have these gorgeous veins on it. The midrib is a darker green compared to the base of the leaf. And then you've got the secondary veins, which are the same dark green. You have this beautiful splash coloring on it. It is such a win. The bottom of the plant, of the leaves, are unremarkable, but when you have something that looks as good as this, you don't need the backside anymore. And this, my friends, is the Hoya larissa. Okay, this is number 6, but I don't know if this is from the stress batch or the batch from last year that never got here. Okay, this is from the stress batch. Just check the name. This is a Philippine native. And I think now is probably a good time to go into native versus endemic. So a native is a plant that occurs in a particular ecosystem. And I guess you could say through natural processes like evolution. But the thing is with this plant, it's also endemic to the Philippines. So it is a native to the Philippines, but it's also endemic to certain areas within the Philippines. And I've got a list of those places that it's endemic to. I'll go ahead and flash them on the screen for ya. Very nice. Very nice. This, my friends, is a Hoya incrassata innervariegated. And according to, I think it's Vermont Hoya, who said that there is a variegated form of this called moonshine. I wasn't able to determine if moonshine is a inner or outer variegated incrassata, so I can't say one way or the other. But all of the leaves have variegation, a little teeny tiny bit of variegation, but it's variegation nonetheless. Ah, hi there. And it's got a peduncle. Now I remember why I bought you, because you had a peduncle. And you were so teeny tiny and you had a peduncle. You see, right there. I'll take a picture for you in case you can't see it, but he's got a peduncle. And there's the inner var right there. And he's ready. He's ready to show off his peduncle and his flowers. Congratulations, it's a boy. I don't know why that crossed my mind. Oh, goodness. But obviously it's not a boy, but still, you know. So the incrassata is native to the Philippines, but it is endemic to certain areas here in the Philippines. And when I was typing this up, I noticed that these places are typically areas in the Philippines where it's a bit more tropical, a little bit more foresty, as compared to my area in the Philippines, which is a tropical savanna, so it's really dry here. But not where this is from. The temps could be cooler as well. I'm not sure about one of the places it's located, Aurora, if the temperatures get as cool as it does like in Quezon province, which is really, really cool. So I can't say for sure, but yeah, so tropical, it likes wet tropical areas as compared to the drier areas like my area, which should make raising this a little bit more interesting. I'll probably need to put it somewhere where I water a little bit more. So definitely not the arid house, nowhere near the arid house. We're not going there, but probably where my aroids are, just a little bit more. And since it's hanging, I won't have to worry about drainage. Also, because we are in a wide open space, I'm not even going to worry about air circulation here. Not a problem. But yeah, really, really pretty plant. Let me see if I have any other notes about it, okay? Yeah, I failed to mention that the reason that there's an importance between endemic and native is because plants that are endemic to a certain area are usually, I guess, used to certain things about that area, whether it be like the growing conditions, the soil. There are some plants that are lithotypes that actually prefer rock. So those, specialized growing conditions, that's what I'm trying to say. And what makes that important is that just because it's a native to the Philippines doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to do well everywhere in the Philippines. No, that's not how it works. So according to Royal Botanic Gardens Kew, it's a climber and it lives in a wet tropical biome. So there we go. Wet tropical is not what I have here. So I'm going to have to put special effort into this guy just to make sure that I give him, there we go again with a boy, but he's got a little peduncle, okay? He's very proud of it. I'm not going to put down, this is the kind of personal growth that I will expect, okay? Even if it's that small. So I'm just going to try to make this plant happy, and I'm going to try to replicate the conditions in the areas that it's found in here in the Philippines, that it's endemic to. So that's why endemic is important. So those are the 6 plants that I bought when I was stress shopping. Yay! And they're all so very nice. So very nice. I have no idea what to say about these 2 plants, so just bear with me. Hi, I know you. Okay, I know what to say about you. Yep, I know you. So I bought another one of these. I have one, I think. And if I ever showed you a picture of my greenhouse, you probably know why I bought another one of these. Because my greenhouse is overrun by all of the plants inside. So where my Hoyas are, my Hoya sisters call it salad. They're like, just chop it all up and propagate everybody and, just have fun with it. And I'm like, no, but they grew so big and, they're so nice. No. They're all intertwined. My friend Lorraine tells me there's no way that I'm going to unwind everybody. I might as well just cut it all up. And I don't want to, but I might. So this, my friends, is a Hoya cutis-porcelana. And I'm going to have to find you a picture of its flower because it is spectacular. And that's where the name cutis-porcelana is derived from. It means literally face of porcelain, porcelain face. So we're talking about the skin, how beautiful your skin is. And it's named by a friend of mine, Wally Suarez. I think it was described to botanical literature in 2013. I don't think he discovered it then. I'll go ahead and correct myself at the bottom, and I'll provide you a source so you can check it out. So my friend Wally found it, named it, and the rest is history. I'm really thrilled to have this not in a salad pile in my greenhouse, which I'm going to have to eventually get to, but not today. Okay, and the last plant, pretty peduncle. The cutis-porcelana also had a peduncle, so that's exciting. I am excited to see that flower because I don't remember the one that I bought actually flowering yet when I put it in the greenhouse for it to be overrun by everything. Yes, hello. I can't read it. Let me just take off all the packing material real quick. This is a Hoya naumannii. And I see I have a peduncle right here. Right there. I don't know if you can see it. I hope I'm not going cross-eyed on the screen, but it's right here. And we've got some new growth right up here. So this is a really, really nice, lush Hoya. You've got some nice leaves, thin, feel leathery. It's quite nice. I'm imagining that I bought this because of the flowers, so I'm going to have to hunt down the flowers for you. But with that peduncle there, I'm hoping that it gives me flowers too this year. So this is another wet tropical biome grower. It is from the Solomon Islands, and yes, it appears that I did buy it for its pretty flowers. So Vermont Hoya says that in order for this to bloom, it has to get quite large and to give it a heavy trellis because, you know, it needs something that big to get as big as it needs to bloom. So I've got a peduncle here. We're going to test that out. Vermont Hoya also mentioned that the late David Little actually thought that this was a cross, a natural hybrid of Hoya australis and Hoya subclava. Another neat, interesting fact about this plant. Times have been wild, and, you know, I guess my plant buying is still wilder. Granted, I know these plants are really, really expensive in the United States. They're not here in the Philippines. No, they're not. In fact, I probably paid a fraction of what I would have paid for all of these in the United States. So yeah, there we go. We're not going to talk prices, okay? Thank you again, Edsel, for taking care of the cutis-porcelana and for the naumannii. I really appreciate it. Thank you for my new beautiful babies. I mean, like I said at the beginning of this episode, you provide like the most gorgeous plants. I have some lysandras from him. They were really pretty when I bought them from him. I'm not saying they're ugly. They're really lush. And that's it. They haven't flowered for me yet. So I'm going to need to meet up with him sometime and get some tips. But thank you so much, Edsel, for the gorgeous plants. And thank you for caring for these two from December. It's now February. Okay, this is your assignment for today's episode. Tell me and Edsel which of these Hoyas are your favorite or favorites. If you guys want to follow Edsel, you can follow him on Facebook. He's there as Edsel Kayabyab. If you want to follow him on Instagram, you could also follow him there as Uncle Hoya. I'll put his details on the screen as well. Thank you so much again, Edsel. If you guys enjoyed this episode, feel free to show it some love. Give it a like, subscribe to my channel, click on that notification bell so you get notified of future episodes. If you enjoyed today's video, but once a week isn't good enough, or in this case, once bi-weekly isn't good enough, check me out on Facebook. I'm there as Tasteful Nodes. Finally, if you just want to look at pretty pictures right before you doze off, check me out on Instagram. I'm there as Tasteful Nodes as well. Okay, friends, until next time, sa uulitin, keep your nodes classy and tasteful. Bye.